film The Santa Con. It's about a small-time con man who takes a job as a department store Santa and promises a young boy he'll get his estranged parents back together by Christmas. Let's hopefully be able to take a look without Jaleel interrupting this clip. Take a look.
It's from John.
What does it say?
Yeah, read that.
They're meeting in his office. He was supposed to be there by 9, but he got a flat tire.
Well, are they getting back together?
He doesn't know.
Well, maybe you should go down there and scope things up a little.
Right.
Oh, my, you don't want them back together, do you?
What's the complication?
What? Well, it's minor, really. Hardly worth mentioning. I think I'm in love with her.
Are you kidding me?
Ooh. I want to know what happens next.
I do too. That was my first time seeing it.
How many times have you seen the film?
I have not seen it yet.
No, that's not true.
No, I'm serious. I'm going to wait on December 13th to see it.
Really?
Just like everybody else.
Don't you go in and don't they like play it and the studio plays it and then they tweak this and they tweak that and they get people's opinions about things? And
look, the town is cheap, man. It's cheap, man. There's no special screenings for us, bro. Yeah, I get to see it on the 13th just like anybody else.
Turn up, get in your trailer, do the shot, get out of here. We'll send you a check.
Yeah, no, I did it because, Melissa Joan Hart, that was her directorial debut. And I'm actually going to direct this coming year.
Great.
And so it was just like...
Wait, back up. Let's stop right there. What are you going to be directing?
It's a film I wrote, actually. And
Great.
It's a comedy about a Mexican kid who thinks it's his destiny to take back California. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm really, really excited about it.
Have you cast it?
I have not cast it yet. I don't want to jinx myself because there are 2 people I will be talking to, and I don't want to say anything.
Okay, good. Great. Yeah. I hope that it works out well.
Yeah, no,
Has that always been an aspiration for you to direct?
You know what? I'm more of a writer. And so I'm actually going to co-direct it, though, with a buddy of mine. It's here in New York.
Great.
And, we kind of have this little, this little Coen Brothers thing that we do. I have a web series that I used to do on Hulu called Fake It Till You Make It.
Great.
And I did,
that's right.
And I did it with my buddy Todd. And our synergy making that was so dope that I was just kind of like, I have to work with this guy again. I have to. So we finally been able to carve out some time. We're going to do it this summer.
You're co-directing?
Yeah.
How do you pay for it? How do you fund a movie?
You find rich people. You find Daddy Warbucks.
Do you have any numbers? Any phone numbers?
Bruh, we'll have to. We got to shut the camera off to have this conversation because this is a special.
Based on the first 5 minutes of this interview, you don't care what's on camera or off.
This is a very special contacts list though of people who are willing.
Is it in that phone there? Is it in your? What is that? A Samsung?
You
got a little Samsung there.
Actually, I'm an Apple dude, dog.
Okay.
I'm an Apple dude.
Doesn't look like an Apple.
I know. Actually, you know what? You got these rappers and stuff, and they put their phones like in fancy cases.
Uh-huh.
And I don't believe in that. I like my phone actually to be kind of like in something normal that maybe I'll get back if I lose it.
Right. But what is that? That's not an iPhone, is it? It's face down, but that's not an iPhone.
Yeah, it is. iPhone. You see, I even turned it face down. I don't even want you thinking it's an iPhone.
Okay, fascinating.
I have hood instincts, dog. Like I know how to hide my stuff to make sure I get it. I keep it.
Yeah, here at HuffPost Live, we're going to be stealing your things. We're going to be stealing your things.
It was an instinct. I just turned it up.
Very wise. You can't be too careful.
Can't be too careful.
So tell us about this movie, because now, and also I'm interested in your take on the holidays, because this is the time of year when humanity divides into 2 types of people, right?
You hit me with that. What's that?
There are the people who love Christmas,
okay,
and then there are the people who complain that it's just a cavalcade of obligations and trite cliches.
You know what I will say about the holidays is the holidays brings everyone to Jesus, and it doesn't even matter what your religion is,
without even knowing it.
But everybody comes to Jesus during the holidays. Whatever your year was, you're going to feel it most during the holidays. So if you broke up with your girl and you screwed over somebody at work and you got fired and it's mad when them holidays roll around, you're going to feel all that and worse. If you had a great year where you made a lot of money or, you fell in love, when the holidays come around, man, you are going to be, running around just spreading cheer and gifts and pouring eggnog for people. So, really the run between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year is just watch your emotions during that time because that's the year you had.
That's true.
That's the year you had.
It brings out where people's true character.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it brings it out.
What do you make? I was watching the old Bill O'Reilly show the other day, and he's already on the
Bill O'Reilly.
He's already on the Christmas bandwagon. He's already started his first War on Christmas show.
Okay.
He did this the other day, that when people say Happy Holidays, they're declaring war on Jesus. Are you sympathetic to this idea?
I mean, you know what? Corrigan said something earlier today, and by the way, I didn't, obviously I'm me from the 90s. I didn't listen to too much Smashing Pumpkins, but that guy certainly did make me a fan, just sitting here listening to him speak.
What was he saying?
Well, he said something about this just being such a headline-driven media that we have right now. So even when O'Reilly says something like that, he just wants to say something salacious to get a reaction. I mean, that's insane.
But what do you make of Christmas then? Because I
love Christmas.
Are you upset at the fact that it has lost whatever original traditional religious meaning it had?
You know what? The whole world is turned into what does something mean to you? And that's it. What does it mean to you? You know, if Christmas means that you begin your festivities by giving and helping others in need, then that's what Christmas means for you. If Christmas is just...
Not for me.
Who's going to get me the coolest
Who's
gift?
Gonna get?
I saw the eyes.
Maybe I'll get a new bicycle. I still have the attitude towards Christmas I did when I was 8 years old.
Well, then that's
shiny new BMX.
Well, then that's Christmas for you, and I really hope you're not disappointed, Playboy.
I'm disappointed every year. Nobody ever gets me a BMX.
I love Christmas. I'm not a Grinch in any way, shape, or form. And I have a 5-year-old daughter now too, so she has just made Christmas the most special thing ever for me, man.
How's that going? How's being a daddy?
Oh man, being a daddy is it's eye-opening, man. There's nothing that makes you feel dumber than parenting, but at the same time, there's nothing that puts your life into immediate perspective like parenting. You know, people.
I sometimes feel like maybe that's a euphemism and a way of saying that, like, it's good without saying that it's bad. Like, because no one wants to say that it's difficult.
It's just like I can tell you a fun guy. You obviously you have no kids, right?
No kids.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, all right. So you have no kids.
Why? Because I'm smiling all the time and I'm carefree and lackadaisical.
I can tell you real. You know, I'm gonna turn up with my boys. I wake up when I want to. I play video game, walk around the house in my drawers. Like I can see that. Your steez.
Yeah.
And all that changes after you have a kid. After you have a kid, I hate to break it to you, bro, but you don't even matter anymore. It's just about what you're here to provide your child spiritually. And look, even they laugh.
Everyone who's got a kid is laughing.
And everybody reminds you of that. You know, if you're fortunate enough to be raising a child with a woman, you know, she's going to remind you of that. You don't really matter right now. I just need you to be here and do this. And the kid's going to remind you of that.
Sounds delightful.
It's an amazing experience. But you know what? If you're about giving, you just, I can't talk about my daughter enough. Like, she's quicker, smarter, and faster than me. And she's done everything in my life, you know, that I've done, but faster. You know, I learned how to swim at age 10. My parents learned at 21. They were from the hood. You know, she learned at 10 months because I had the resources to do that. You know, so it's like that's what I get excited. It doesn't matter, man. I don't matter.
What do you want for her, and how do you think of your evolution when you were a kid, the fact that you became famous at quite an early age, and that kind of skewed you off into this presumably alternate universe from the way that most kids' lives go?
It certainly did. It certainly did. You know, I think our life journey really is just about tapping into to what gifts you've been bestowed. We all have gifts, and you know, if you have good nurturers in your life, you're going to discover those gifts at an early age. You know, I had a preschool teacher that thought I was funny, and she didn't know anybody in Hollywood. But in 1980, when everybody wasn't trying to be famous, she told my mom, who worked at the post office, "You need to put this kid in commercials." And my mom's like, "Yeah, okay." And nobody knew any agents, but they sent me down to an acting school, and really it was just a hustle. They were just trying to get kids in here on a Saturday to put coins in the vending machine and make sure.
We're gonna make you a star, kid. Make you a star.
But a woman came along who would go on to become the most successful child agent there was.
Wow. And
she picked me, and I was repped by her as well as Kirk Cameron and River Phoenix and Fred Savage and the Olsen twins. And so life starts to become about who you know and who you interact with, and my life changed forever after that. But my mom just saw it as a means to make money for me to go to college. That's it. Literally, my family had no star ambitions at all. I didn't even think You know, it was like, at that time, it was like Gary Coleman and like Webster. And it was like, you know, I wasn't like them. But I was like, wow, you know, I was like, matter of fact, they wouldn't even put me on Webster one time, I remember. I booked Webster, and they said I looked too much like him. My vibe was too much like him, and they didn't want anybody upstaging Emmanuel.
I don't really see it.
So,
I mean, you're both black, but apart from that, I don't really see the similarity.
You know, at the time, we were probably close in height. I've stretched it out since then, though. But
one of the other famous people who you were encountering back then, I was amazed to see that you were going to be on the Cosby Show. Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you were in an ad with Cosby?
Yeah, I actually did
a Jell-O ad.
I did a Jell-O pudding pop commercial with him.
What was that like? And what do you make of everything that's happened since?
Oh man, I mean, look, you know, Cosby's a legend as far as I'm concerned. You know, I can't really step my foot in the mess that this is going on for him right now. I'm just a little kind of annoyed that you know, to kind of piggyback what Rosie Perez just said, you know, that, you know, we're kind of in a big brother society right now. So the headline, here we go again, the headline gets more attention than the facts. So, you know, I got to be respectful to him, and I got to be respectful to the women's claims, but it's like, if there's nothing legally we can do about it, can we please enjoy our holiday and move on?
Yeah. Is he an icon to you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, he was definitely, you know, Bill was somebody who inspired me, no different than Jordan and Magic Johnson, and, you know, he was part of that era of black people who can do it.
Yeah, sure. And to give credit where it's due, your show was also one of those foundational kind of expressions of black America.
And I'm very happy that I got my show instead, because I got a better check for it.
Yeah. What was that like? What was that like? I want to take a look. Let's take a look at a real quick clip, because everyone knows Urkel, right? But I don't want to. You know, you've had so many of these questions over the past 20 years.
It's okay. I'm on Instagram, dog. They meme the hell out of me. It's not like I can avoid it.
I want to take a quick look at you in the heady days.
You should show the memes. Those are better.
Yeah, actually, they're pretty good. We'll put some links to them in the resource well. But take a look at a clip.
I guess I do have a healthy dose of the old animal magnetism.
Oh, yeah. Get back!
Get back!
Look out, dude on the loose!
Look out, dude on the loose!
Get down!
Get down!
Get down with your bad self!
Get down with my bad
Get all the way down!
Get all the way down!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah! Yeah! Thanks for the talk, Carl.
Now that's, in comedy we call that milking it, because none of that was scripted.
Really?
But I heard that audience go, and I said, okay, we're gonna have some fun right now.
Less is more, you thought to yourself?
Not in that circumstance. It was the opposite.
What does that make you think when you look at that? You were, I mean, obviously one of the most iconic characters in the world at the time, and you also had to deal with A, being super famous, but B, I guess being pigeonholed in that character for the subsequent.
You know, I don't really think
period
so.
Of your career.
I really actually don't look at it like that. I always tell people I have basically the same career as William Shatner. You know, there was a long period in his life where he was Captain Kirk to anyone.
Yeah.
And he eventually became Denny Crane, and it's a generational thing. I have a little girl, matter of fact, in my daughter's school that comes up to me all the time. And I actually try to avoid her on certain days because she will corner me, and she will like, "How are you doing, JALEEL White?" And she says my name perfectly, and she says both names, and it's like, you're like, well, how does this little girl know? And she's like, "JALEEL White, I can do pull-ups." And I'm like, what? Where did this little girl, did they get this? She saw me in Big Fat Liar.
Right.
And in Big Fat Liar, I'm JALEEL White. And, you know, so everything, I always like to get people from our generation to realize that, hey, have a little humility. You know, everything is generational. You know, if I'm on an airplane or something like that, all the flight attendants, they just want to talk to me about Dancing with the Stars. You know, I just had somebody the other day, they were just like, you know, their kids came up to me, they wanted to take a picture, like, look, it's Mr. Todd from Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summary. I got psychos out there that love psych. So I have the same career trajectory. You just have to be patient. And when I look at footage like that, for me, one word just pops into my head: training. Like I have 215 live audiences in my head, and it's trained me to know what's funny. And so I want to make sure that I can use that training as a director, as a writer, as an actor, and even when I work with Melissa on this last film, there's like a second hand that we had where we just knew she didn't really have to direct us that much. She probably spent more time dealing with the camera than she did dealing with us. And that's kind of cool that we could give that to her, and we can know what she even needs in certain spots.
We always love to bring in the community and fans here on HuffPost Live whenever we can. So we have a fan, Ed Hinman. He has a few questions. Hey, Ed, thanks for being with us.
Hello.
Ed, what's